Hello everybody, my name is Freddie Shamlu. We will be talking about free software and patents for innovation in software industry. This is a very interesting chapter from the book by Sarah Bass called A Gift of Fire, 4th edition, pages 211 to 221, chapter 4.4 until chapter 5. We're going to first start by what it means by free software. What is a free software? It is an idea. Free software is an idea and ethic that is supported by a large, loose-knit group of people who are computer programmers and encourage other people to use their software and copy it, modify it in order to benefit their own company. Free software doesn't necessarily mean that this is a free of charge software. In some cases, it usually means it's a freedom. There is freedom in the software, and on top of that, in most cases, these softwares are free of charge and open to everybody to be used. We're going to move on to open source software versus free software. There is a lot of similarities in these two categories, but they're different. A free software, as we talked about, is a free software full of freedom, and sometimes it's free of charge, versus an open source software is a publicly available software that people can the users can access the source code of the software and be able to edit the software, or maybe take a part of the software and learn from it and be able to modify it the way they want it. We're going to talk about a very good question. Should all software be free? Personal opinion, right off the bat, no. I don't believe all software should be free. According to our book, some people in the free software movement do not believe that copyright should protect software at all. They argue that all software should be open source, free software. However, the question that we have is, should it really be free? No, because a lot of programmers, software developers put their work out for a large quantity of people at no cost, and that's because they have the ethic. They want to teach other people how to do things, and they love doing this. And the question would be that how are they going to get paid? If you had all softwares were free and everybody could access it at all time, then how are we going to pay these people? How are we going to pay all these software programmer developers? So the conclusion that I would come up to is that we should not have free software all over the place. I'm not sure. You guys can think about it yourself and let me know. All right, we're going to move on to patenting. This is a very, very interesting topic. Let's start with, what is a patent? What does a patent do? What is it good for? According to U.S. Patent Law, Title 35, U.S. Code, Section 101, it says that whoever invents or discovers any new and useful process, machine, manufacture, or composition of a matter, or any new and useful improvement, therefore, may obtain a patent, therefore, subject to the condition and requirement of this title. That's the base code of what the patent means. I've attached a picture of a US patent. This is the actual patent license. Whenever somebody has a patent on a product, this is the certificate that they have. This is an older one, but it does look the same up until this day, but it's electronic now because there's so many of them. We're going to move on to the next slide. All right, we're going to move on to is patenting a software or product a good idea? So we'll talk about, is it worth it to patent a software? Yes, it is. If you are pursuing a big idea and you believe in it and you think it's going to be valuable at one point, then yes, it is worth it. It's definitely a good idea to protect your the rights to the software, as well as copywriting. Big companies do it all the time. The beauty is that patents protect inventions by giving the inventor a monopoly for a specific period of time. It's usually about 20 years in US. Patents differ from copyright. It's different because copyright only give a certain amount of rights to the person who owns that copyright, whereas patent fully give the entire invention idea to the person who invented that product. All right, we're going to move on to patent trolls. This is a important topic because this is kind of like a misuse of the law. Big companies usually take advantage of this procedure. I've attached a picture that visually could help you guys understand what it means by patenting trolls. So big companies take advantage of this by buying billions of patents and trying to lease it and sell it to other individuals. Smaller companies, startups, new individuals, and try to make money from it. It is a way of doing business, but it's not ethical. It's not a healthy way of doing business because you have a lot of money. You're making it very challenging for other companies to be able to work and make money. So that's why I wanted to talk about this as well. We're going to move on to the next slide now. Okay, so now the question is to patent or not. Yes, patent encourages innovation. Copyright covers some of the parts, but not all of it. So if you think that you have a great idea and you want to protect yourself from other companies and individuals to copy your stuff and take advantage of your idea, yes, we highly encourage you to patent your product or software. It protects you from hijackers and other companies to take your idea. It also helps you, motivates you to invent more software and be able to actually put it in a good use and own the rights to it and make money from it. So it's a good, healthy way of doing it. So yes, we should patent. I think it's a great idea. So now we're going to talk about this topic that I have here. It's called against software patents. This is a different way of looking at patents in the US. There's a lot of patents out there. There's so many that it's almost very challenging for certain people to start a new way of doing things and creating new softwares, because they run into these patents by other companies. It's making it challenging for them to start. There's so many of these patents that are out there that it's very challenging and hard for companies to even find out if the software has been patented or not. The cost of the lawyer to do research and find out if these innovation and softwares that they have are already patented is so much and so risky that a lot of small companies opt out, and they don't want even pursue going after creating that software or product, because you can actually get sued for using a misuse of a software by creating it and then having a patent by another company and not knowing it. And the cost of the suing is so much that it just makes it very, very challenging and scary for many businesses to even start and want to pursue what they have in mind. So now we're going to move on to my opinion in patenting in general. My thoughts about patent. I think it's good. but maybe there should be another law to protect the law itself. Yeah, that's funny, but I feel like if people can misuse the law, especially big companies that have the money and the power, it is just not fair. Patent should be a fair share for everybody. So maybe there should be a law that allows each person to have limited amount of patents and not everything that they can't come up with. Or maybe do lease patenting. Um, and the second thing is that how they should be used is one of the things that we already talked about during the slides, but we're going to cover it again. And that's to not misuse it, not take advantage of it, and actually use it in a way that actually benefits everybody. Do we need patenting? Yes, we do. If you don't, it kind of feels like a road without red lights. Everybody's driving to each other and they're just crashing, and that's not a good idea. So yes, we need patenting. Yes, it's a good thing, and yes, I think we should have another law to protect the patent law itself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned and take something away from this. I think this is a good topic. That's why I picked it from this book. It seems to be fair that we should know about patenting, especially if we're pursuing a computer science major or anything related to it. Freddie Shamloo, and thank you.